I always thought it was ironic that whenever people discovered I don't drink alcohol, they would kind of look at me funny and expect me to justify myself, while at the same time, if I just drank alongside them and didn't say anything, that would be considered normal. Because I can think of so many reasons for why we shouldn't drink alcohol, and very few, if any, for why we should. So I want to enumerate some of these reasons, not just to hopefully convince you, if you are a heavy drinker, to reduce, if not eliminate, your alcohol consumption, but also to open your eyes to some of those harsh realities you might be hiding from if you're using alcohol as a crutch. So I'd say there are generally two different categories of reasons to avoid alcohol. The first of which is those reasons that don't really point towards any character flaws, they're just kind of drawbacks in and of themselves. And then you've got those reasons that are more telling about who you are. So starting with the first category, and this is usually what I start with when I get that question, I would place things like the fact that alcohol is a natural sedative, it puts you to sleep, and it dehydrates you. And those are two very burdensome sensations to have, especially if you're trying to go out there and be social. But in addition, it's harmful for you. On a physiological level, alcohol is bad for you. Some might even say that it's a form of poison. And last but not least, it's a huge burden on your wallet. It's very expensive, absurdly expensive, disproportionately so. And you start to realize that that doesn't justify any of those meager benefits that you could possibly get from drinking. Now, the second category is, like I said, those reasons that suggest you might have some serious character flaws. And they're perhaps most apparent when I return the question. So if ever anybody asks me why I don't drink, I might answer and then ask them why they do. And the first of many things I hear very often is that it helps me relax. Alcohol helps me feel comfortable in social situations. In other words, as they say, it's a social lubricant. But this is problematic for many reasons, because what does it really indicate under the surface that you're hiding from? The fact that you probably have social anxiety and you need to work on your confidence. And that isn't going to magically just go away if you continue to mask it with alcohol. It's just going to persist. And you might meet somebody when you're inebriated and come across as very social and outgoing and a fun person, but then they might meet you again on another occasion when, God forbid, it's during the day and you can't actually drink, and then you're going to come across as a totally different person, and they're probably not going to want to be your friend anymore. I've actually had that happen very recently and many times before that. So what you have to do is, instead of hiding from that reality, confront it and unearth it and see if you can go out there and actually practice being social without relying on alcohol, and if that dependency actually reduces over time. Another thing I'll hear is that alcohol helps make the experience more fun, as though you can't have fun without it, which is not only problematic because it turns into a self-fulfilling prophecy where you start to depend on it to enjoy your experiences, but also because it indicates that you probably don't have the ability to identify, much less appreciate, the other aspects that exist in any given experience for you to enjoy. So, for example, there are many things to enjoy about meeting somebody new other than the fact that you're just drunk while you meet them, such as the fact that you might actually get along and make a new friend, or you could meet their friends and expand your circle, or even share some new experiences, try some new things with them that you've never tried before. Or if you're going to hang out with an existing friend, you can use that as an opportunity to strengthen your bond with them and learn more about them. And even if you're going out by yourself, which is also perfectly okay, you can, for one, appreciate the fact that you at least got out and did something instead of sitting around at home and doing nothing, and be proud of yourself for the fact that you're doing something that 99% of people are too scared to do. And lastly, one thing I know to be true, regardless of whether people verbalize it or not, is the fact that it's a form of conformism. In other words, if everybody else is drinking, then I don't want to be the only one that isn't. I don't want to be out of place. Now, you certainly don't want to be that guy that's just sitting off in the corner and not interacting with anybody, not eating or drinking anything when everybody else is. It just doesn't have to be alcohol. And your true friends will understand that. But if somebody continues to insist on it, then instead of caving into that pressure, which probably indicates that you're insecure and not convicted in your beliefs if you do, like I said, you can answer the question and then challenge them back. Ask them, I can think of many reasons for why I shouldn't drink, but why do you? Why is this such an important part of your life? And you can also feel sorry for them at the same time, because that's the only thing that they care about. Whereas you can respond with, look, I am out here to enjoy your company. I live for more things than just getting drunk. So the takeaway is, although alcohol is okay in moderation, you just don't want to overdo it. Instead, spend those resources improving yourself, and then you might even be able to reap all the benefits of alcohol without all the same drawbacks. So try it out, let me know how it works for you, and I'll see you next time.